Hey Rob,
Hey Johnny, how you doing?
I'm doing. It's been a terrible week, man. I mean,
Yeah, you think?
it's not been. It's not been good, man.
No, not at all.
Um, man, I mean, it's weird because I mean, we do these shows all the time,
Yeah,
all the time, every day. We do these shows three times a day,
yeah.
and no, these are these yeah. This is I don't know what to say, man. But we have not talked yet. This is the first time that we're talking since. So,
Yeah, I mean, other than a couple of texts back and forth and everything, um, I mean, I'll just set up for you guys because I know Johnny's phone and everybody else's phone has just been going nuts over the last, few days. My birthday was on Monday, October 5th. I just turned 28, and you know,
happy birthday!
happy 28. I only got 2 more years and I hit the 30. So anyway,
Oh,
I feel that. So I go into work on October 6th, and I actually had my birthday off, and it was great. I was playing some guitar, I was working out, I was doing all this, cool shit, whatever. And
mm-hmm.
I go into work, and I get a phone call, an outside call, and I'm working in the pod, with the roughest pod that we have with all the bad people. I'll just say it like that. And I get a call over the radio. It says, "Hey, Johnson, are you available for a phone call? Where are you?" And I said, "I'm in Pod C." So I see an outside call come in at the desk phone, and it says Chris Hubbard, and I'm like, "Huh?" I mean, nobody calls, right in the pod because you can't have your cell phones, you can't have any social media or anything when you're in, the cell blocks with the inmates for obvious
Mm-hmm.
reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And I see Chris Hubbard, so I picked it up. I said, "Hello," and he said, "Rob." He said, "It's Chris." I'm like, "Hey, what's happening?" And he goes, "I got some bad news." And as soon as he said that, I knew. He didn't even have to tell me because nobody looks up where I work and calls the main number and says I need to speak to Rob Johnson, or Deputy Johnson, whatever, uh,
Mm-hmm.
and they sent the call right to me. And as soon as he said that, I was just like, "Oh my gosh, what's going on?" And he said Eddie died, and it was just like, I don't know. I mean, I know this sounds, I mean, all of us big Van Halen fans that are watching this, Johnny, obviously, myself, everybody, everybody that's watching this, knows what I'm saying. But the people that are going to watch this and the people that are maybe watching it now that aren't massive Van Halen fans like we have been for all these years, maybe don't understand it. They maybe think they do, but it almost feels like a family member died because this is someone that passed away that has been such a massive influence on our lives. I mean, look at this. I have
Mm-hmm.
50 guitars here.
Yeah.
I've been spending the last, 25, 26 years of my life building and playing, and, my Frankenstrat, which is probably about as accurate as you could get to the real one, to Eddie's, you know, um, it's like, I mean, I haven't officially met Eddie, but I have shaken his hand, and I've actually met him, but I haven't, have had a chance to really talk to him, so to speak, over the years, but I have technically met him. But this is a person that's been a massive influence in our lives, personally, socially, and it's filled a void that we've had for, I don't know, since our childhood, I guess you could say.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden,
Yeah.
and I guess I could. I mean, we all kind of knew it was coming. I mean, we've heard the rumors for the last year, 2 years. We've heard all that, and I guess we didn't not expect it, but we didn't expect it. And when it happens, it just happens. I mean, when the Grim Reaper comes along and hits takes the slice, he takes it, and they're gone. So we all felt it, but I guess what I would like to say first off uh, is I want to give my heartfelt thoughts and prayers to Wolfgang, Valerie, Janie, Alex, and Matt Bruck, everybody who has been in the Van Halen camp for all these years, but specifically the families. I can't
Mm-hmm.
imagine what everyone has gone through over the last number of years, but Edward was something that was a huge inspiration to all of us, but he was certainly something more special to all of you than we can ever imagine. And our heartfelt prayers and thoughts are with you guys, and they're going to be with you guys. And all I can say is that people like Johnny, myself, and everybody else around us that does this stuff, we're going to do our best moving forward to keep the spirit alive, and we're going to continue to keep the inspiration that Edward created moving forward, whether it's through building guitars, or playing guitars, or doing these live shows, or uh, so, promoting the EVH line, which I'm sure is going to continue to go on. But we're going to continue
Mm-hmm.
to do our part. And, I hope Edward is up there right now jamming with Bonham and, all those other guys and Hendrix and, look down at his family. And I hope God has taken him into his kingdom, so to speak. And I'm not going to get spiritual or anything because I don't want to promote that to people that don't believe or whatever. But I do want to say I hope Edward is up there looking down at his family, number one, his passion, number two, and everyone else around him that is giving everything that we have to keep his spirit alive. And that's pretty much all I can say. I was totally shocked, and when I went on my first break on October 6th, the night that I heard that Edward had passed, because I went to work at 3 o'clock, and I think this maybe came out around 3:30, 4 o'clock, whatever it was. My phone was just, and is still up to this day. It's slowed down a little bit today, but has been just massively exploding through Instagram messages, through Messenger, through text messages. Those people that know me that well,
Mm-hmm.
how are you? What's going on? How did I mean, Johnny, I'm sure has been, Johnny's phone has been exploding. You know, probably way more than mine. All I can say is all of us have been experiencing the same thing, and it's a shock. This is the first guitar hero that I've ever lost. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is this
Mm-hmm.
this this one hurts, and it cuts deep. But
Yeah.
um, yeah, after a couple of days, I mean, the biggest thing for me is I've been spending time down in my little sanctuary here, and working out and training and doing everything I possibly can to, you know, it's just strange. It's weird. Um, but I just want to thank Edward for everything that he's given me for all these years. And I'm going to continue to do my part to keep his spirit alive. That's pretty much all I got to say.
That's. I mean, we all know, and for those of you that are brand new to this, there's it looks like we have a lot of new people watching these shows the past week, and
Yeah.
I just want to say welcome for one thing. But Rob Johnson here, he's one of the. I mean, look at that room. I mean, he's definitely one of the biggest Van Halen fans you've ever seen. I mean, he built all those guitars. You know, like all those on that wall over there, all those replicas, and that's something Rob's been doing for for years.
Yeah. It's
Years and years and years, and
and Johnny and I have known each other for, gosh, how long? Since 1998.
yeah, we first connected back in '98 or '99 because of the Van Halen tape trading, whatever that was on
He's trading. Yeah, I know, right?
what VH trading or whatever that was. That's how we met, and then we finally met in person. What, a year ago, 2 years ago,
Year and a half
Almo-
ago. Man, yeah, I finally got to
almost
see the
almost two
intimate
years. Yeah,
to hang out with
yeah.
me and Caleb and yeah, who else was out there? Who did we get to hang out with? A whole bunch of people.
Uh,
Actually,
Michael Smith,
uh,
maybe.
Scott Smith was out there.
Oh yeah, Scott Smith,
Yeah,
John
John,
Mancuda
yeah, Mancuda was there. It was great.
was
I got to
there.
see this pink scarf and hat.
Yep,
And how you doing,
yep,
John? Yeah, John's a great guy. He's amazing. John brings life to the Johnny Bean show, no doubt. He really does. He
yeah.
brings a different element to it, and it's kind of funny because I was watching Johnny's show the other night. The first one that you did, or the first or second one that you did after we heard the news, and seeing John Mancuda in that state of mind was a first for me. I mean the jokes and the humor and all the
That
fun that we see from John.
that would have been Tuesday.
Yeah,
That
you know,
would have been because what happened was, and I'll say this again for those of you that are brand new to this. This is like the third tribute we've done because we have so many friends that loved Edward and Van Halen um but I haven't even told. Yeah, we haven't talked. We're just now talking, Rob. But no, I was sitting right here Tuesday. It would have been Tuesday early. It was just after noon, I think. Um, and I'm sitting here. I'm getting ready to leave. All of a sudden, I get the little alert on my screen right here. I get Twitter alerts, Facebook alerts, Instagram alerts, YouTube, all that stuff. And this tweet pops up from Wolfgang Van Halen. And I'm sitting here, and I just instantly clicked on it, and that's when I saw the picture of Edward and the text
right.
that Wolfgang wrote. And as soon as I saw that, I was in shock. I couldn't believe
Yeah,
I could not believe what I was seeing, and basically,
it almost felt like fake at first, didn't it, Johnny? I almost felt like, no, this isn't real. It almost felt like, no, this can't be. And then
mm,
everything just explodes and the reality kicks in.
it. Let me just say that was the first time in a long time where I saw, a tweet or a piece of news, and I was just stunned. I literally felt my whole body like something all of a sudden was just wrong when I read that.
I know.
Um, and then of course I went to my other computer here. I went to TMZ, LA Times, and then you know, it was already in the news. Um, so about 20 minutes later, we went live here. Me and Neander Paul and Michael Smith.
You're right.
And then eventually Mancuda and Jason McNamara and Jean Biel. Eventually, a lot of these guys joined us for the rest of the day, but we were live for 8 hours that
Yeah.
day. And
I know.
and
I actually, over the course of about a day and a half, I would work and my time off, I watched that whole show. Um,
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
what's interesting is to me is watching how people uh, cope or deal with. It's funny because my mom and dad and my kids and people that know me. I mean, it's funny because a lot of people, and I watched Jay Hannon the other night when I was watching you guys on live with Jay. Jay was like, "Oh, people, in high school just messaged me, like, hey, how are you?" It's funny
Yeah.
because I had people that I don't really talk to very often. I had old bosses from years ago. Oh, thank you, thank you, Mitch. Yeah, Scott's a good friend of mine, and everything behind me, all this whole collection has actually kind of spawned from Scott in one way or another. We were just talking about Scott and I were just talking the other day about that. But I honestly can say that I guess it affects people in different ways, and a lot of people that are close to us may say, oh my gosh, I mean, you didn't know the guy. I mean, it wasn't like he was a close friend. Or what's your problem? Grow up, are you weird? But the interesting thing is, people that really know me never took that approach with me. People at work, at the at the job that I've been at the, at the jail, at the correctional facility, people that have seen my Facebook and whatever. I can
Mm-hmm.
honestly say people that I've known from high school, my family, and people that I work with, people that know the many different things that I'm into with, the firearms training and the martial arts and all that other stuff that I do.
Mm-hmm.
They sense that Van Halen piece to me, and they obviously see the important factor that it has to me. But nobody ever approached me that way. They were all like, "Hey, man, how are you? You okay?" Even my martial arts teacher that I'd been with for 30 something years was like, "Hey, I heard the news. I know he meant a lot to you. I hope you're okay." Um, I mean, I wasn't like bawling and crying or, like down for the count, but it hit deep. It cut deep, you know. It really did. It hit hard, as it did all of us, that Eddie meant something, to
Mm-hmm.
us. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but I really want to thank everyone, and I haven't even had a chance to reach out to everyone that's messaged me on Messenger. I mean, my phone was just exploding. I couldn't even keep up with it.
Yeah.
I got back to as many people as I could, and obviously, our close circle of friends. I got back to, Caleb and
Mm-hmm.
those kind of guys, Mike
Mm-hmm.
Smith and all those guys. But
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't get back to everybody. But I do want to say, everybody that is watching this that maybe I missed, please don't take that personally. It's just my phone was totally exploding. And I want to thank everyone for reaching out. And yeah, I'm okay. I'm good. I guess the approach that I'm going to take is I'm just going to continue to build and collect and play and keep the spirit alive to the best of my ability. And I
Mm-hmm.
think when
Mm-hmm.
something like this happens to an iconic, figure in our lives that has forged so much of our spirits and who we are in the guitar sense, in the musical sense, I should say, we have an obligation now. We have to step up and we have to keep, the spirit alive. And I'm sure Wolfgang and Alex are going to do their part. And, I have all my high hopes and all the stuff that I hope and really believe that's going to happen. I think there's going to be some really cool stuff that's going to come out of this. But I think us as fans and, dedicated players, it's up to us to keep the spirit alive. And I really think we will. And I think every time that a door closes, another opportunity for another door is to open. And, yeah, it sucks. It's hard. We're never going to get to see Eddie play live again. But I really think there's going to be some amazing stuff that's going to come out. I'm not going to speculate, but Johnny and I have talked about this before. There's so much stuff that is behind the vaults, live and unreleased, that I think we're going to get an opportunity to see.
There's already stuff that's come
Yeah.
out.
Did you see I know, John.
Yes.
Did you see the studio behind
Yes.
the Kurt Loder? The 1984.
Well, that wasn't Kurt Loder, but yeah, that was Chris Connolly.
There the morning, I'm going, huh?
Yeah.
The guitar, the Frankenstrap, the 1984 GL2T faceplate.
Yeah. It wasn't that amazing to see that?
My language. Where the fuck has this been all these years? I'm like, come on, I really think this kind of stuff is just going to explode, and it's going to continue to explode. And going off of Wolfgang's, way that he's been, pushing his dad over the last, since 2007, to play all these different songs and do all this cool stuff that Eddie probably never would have done on his own. I think the floodgates have opened, and we're in for some amazing cool stuff coming out. So every door that closes, I think another one opens. And I really hope that Edward is upstairs watching and just with a big smile on his face, and I really think that's what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah, man. But yeah, that video you're just talking about, though, dude. Yeah, I saw that the night MTV put that out. Actually, they're in the chat here. I saw you just tweeted.
Was that ever out?
You just tweeted this video out, man, on Twitter. I'll retweet you, man. Was it Kurt? Kurt S 5150, I want to say. Yeah, the thing is, I don't know if that actually did air, because it's possible it did, but 1998, that's when I was living at Desmond Child's house in Miami, right. And I was on tour myself, so I didn't catch every little MTV bit.
I was going to say that it didn't air, but what I am going to say is not much of that kind of stuff ever gets by me, nor has it ever back since the 90s. And gosh, I
Right.
never seen that ever.
No, that was the most. Kurt as 50. Thank you so much. No, that was the most anybody's ever seen of inside that studio,
Yeah,
unless you were there. It was
you can
incredible.
almost get a feel for how it's set up just by looking at the video.
You're
Yeah,
gonna change your room now behind you, huh?
I know, right? I got to make the stairway going up with all the nets and
Yeah, well, yeah, you got the stairway there. Yeah,
I got to have some dude sitting at my computer at the top of the stairs named George, and
working on your amplifiers.
right.
Yeah.
I'll just have to pay him for the video to see if he'll just like sit in just for like 20 minutes. Hey, dude, can you sit there and act like you're my guitar tech just for 20?
Mitch. Yeah, yeah. I lived with songwriter Desmond Child for a bit. He was my producer and manager at the time. I was in a band that he was working with. And he knew Eddie. Actually, he was the one. He actually got Mitch Malloy involved with Van Halen. He told me that whole story. But anyway, um, yeah, that video was incredible. And yeah, there's a lot of pictures coming out. You know, a lot of cool stuff.
Stuff is just exploding. I mean, it's almost like the amount of stuff that's kind of popped as far as picture wise and interview wise over the last 4 days.
Mm-hmm.
It's been kind of like wow. As
Mm-hmm.
Edward used to say, his famous comment, Johnny, was what? This is only the tip of the iceberg. That's what he always would say.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, wait for the glacier, because the glacier is going to explode. I believe really soon. I really think that you're going to see Matt Bruck and Wolfgang take the EVH line. I mean, how many times has Eddie said in the last number of years since EVH has been around, this stuff better outlast me? He said that this stuff better outlast me, and now it's going to.
It's classic. It's instant classics. You know, the Wolfgang guitars. I mean, the Music Man guitar is already looked at like the Les Paul. You know,
Right.
that guitar is already a classic, and
Yeah.
the EVH stuff now they're instant classics.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely. And my prediction is the Music Man guitars and the PV Wolfgangs, and they already have. I said, it's kind of funny because as soon as I heard the news on Edward, after I got past the kind of an emotional piece, and I was like, wow, man. I remember I was on break and I was checking my phone and I put my phone down and I was like, wow, the Music Mans and the PV Wolfgangs are gonna those two are gonna explode because they're not making them anymore. So
mm-hmm.
the Music Mans, the EVH models, probably the Axis models, and certainly the EX models, which have already been doing so, are going to massively explode price-wise. All the PV Wolfgangs, whether it's the standard models, the specials, or the EXPs, the Indonesian models, those are going to just explode in price, and the EVH models will just continue to prosper. So I really think in the Stripe guitars, the custom ones like these, I mean, I think these are going to become the Chris Hubbards and the Nick Amendolas and all those guys that are doing these custom Stripe jobs. Those guys are just going to be booming in business right now. And I know it's not a business because it's outside of EVH. I shouldn't say that, but I think the EVH line is absolutely going to take a huge jump. And I think that's great for the Van Halen family. I think it's great for the EVH line. And I think it's great for any of us Van Halen fans that are guitar players or up-and-coming guitar players, collectors, whatever. I really think we're in for some really cool stuff. I also think that if the rumors that are on the internet right now, and we can talk about it because it's on the internet, that Alex and Wolfgang are going to be going through all the old tapes and looking at what they could possibly put out. I think between the two of those guys, or Matt Bruck also, I think they know what's good. Who knows? There's going to be some really cool stuff. But one thing I would really like to see, that I hope that they do, and I have no information that they're going to, but the one thing that I personally like, and Johnny would catch on to this because him and I have been into the live stuff for all these years. It's pretty obvious that Van Halen over the years has recorded audio and video of a lot of live shows. I don't know exactly how many, but there's definitely some amazing soundboard, video, and audio footage out there that just every once in a while, just a little clip it surfaces, so the whole show was recorded. I'm really hoping that some live footage from the Hagar era and the Roth era, audio and video, starts to surface, because I'm telling you, that would explode, and that would massively keep the Van Halen spirit alive if they released some of that stuff.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, man, there's going to be
we would love it.
There's going to be a lot of stuff, and not so much official stuff. It
Right.
looks like they're working to possibly get some official stuff at some point.
Right.
But no, I mean, already this week there's been a lot of stuff just coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah.
And us as super fans, I mean, it's cool to see stuff that we've never seen. And yeah, thank you, Bozique. Thank you, Bozique, and Fender Guru. Fender Guru has a great show as well. Check him out. No, there's gonna be so much stuff coming out. It's it sucks. I mean not that, but it sucks that it takes losing somebody to to get a lot of this stuff, but
It does. It does.
it's I don't know. I mean, I guess that's just how it goes. I mean, Edward, he's the first person, to pass away outside of a family member, to me, that where it's been a really just a tough a tough thing, because like you were saying, we all grew up, on Van Halen. Obviously we love. I mean, look at that. We got the shirts and we just we love the band. We love the band.
I mean, it's kind of, in a way, it's defined our childhoods, our adulthood. It's defined our personalities, our passions, the things that we like. I mean, the music we
Mm-hmm.
listen to. I mean, it's obvious that music is therapy to people. Whether you
Mm-hmm.
like country music or rock music or jazz or R&B, rap, it doesn't matter, thrash, whatever kind of music you like. I mean, it's obvious that music taps into the piece of our emotions and our brains that triggers that dopamine level of satisfaction. And whatever that satisfaction level in our brains is, for us Van Halen fans, I mean, we get every time we play a live show or a studio show, or we pick up a guitar or we build a guitar. I mean, it just taps into that piece of our
Mm-hmm.
personality. And
It's our life.
exactly.
It's our life. Hey, David Bertinelli, welcome, man.
Hey, David, how are you?
Valerie's brother is here.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Thank you for watching, man. And David, we got to get you on one of these sometime, dude.
Yeah, that would be fun to get you.
Man, you like the shirts too. Oh, we love them, man. We love them. We love
We
love
love the
EVH.
guitars, we love the amps, we love the effects, the shirts, the hats, the
Mhm.
flip flops, the G strings, the got a little humor. Okay, we need to come up with some Van Halen G strings. We got the Van Halen striped leggings, which I'm going to be a little careful because I think she's probably watching. But this lady that I saw tonight, if she minds her P's and Q's, I will buy her a set of striped leggings. because I'm a leggings guy.
Uh
So if
huh.
you're watching that, you can send me a text if you're too shy to put a message in the text. But if you mind your P's and Q's, I'll buy you a set of striped leggings that look like this guitar, and whatever. Anyways, a little bit of humor there, but back to
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah. You got to have humor.
You gotta humor. That's the
But
manifest.
but yeah. But yeah, David Bertinelli, our condolences to you and your family, and just it's just been a bad. Please don't model the G strings. Well, no, Rob's not going to model them. Well, I don't know. Are you?
Kurt 5150, Rob, can I picture her in a pair? Yeah, you can because you know what I like, you know what I prefer, so I'm sure you can use your imagination. Jimmy Ka, what's going on, Jimmy Ka?
Hey, Jimmy Carr, good to see you, dude.
Jimmy, when you coming out? When are we gonna play?
Yeah, it's good to see everybody. I mean, thank you everybody for tuning in. We have what about 360 people here? It looks like. Um,
Okay, so that
Facebook,
just
Facebook, and YouTube.
no, I want a G string instead of the leggings.
Oh, well, they make those.
Yeah,
They did on the Carnal Knowledge tour. There was a spanked. It was a G string. It said spanked on the front of it. Remember that?
well, she's gonna get spanked.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. Yeah. You gotta have humor. You gotta.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said,
Um.
though, I really, in all seriousness, I do want to thank everyone that has reached out to not only myself but Johnny and all of us. Every one of us that have been doing this stuff for all these years. The people that watch our shows, the people that support the channels and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you very much. Again, the people that maybe would see this that don't really understand, they're like, "What the heck is your problem? Grow up, get a life, whatever." But it's not about that. It's not about get a life. It's not about any of that. It's what's important to each individual and to us. Something that has defined a part of our lives, and many of us a big part of our lives, and
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we're going to go on. We're fine. We're going to continue on with our lives. And quite frankly, I mean, you never know when your card's going to get punched, whether you're Eddie Van Halen or you're Johnny Beane or you're Rob Johnson or you're anybody. I mean, any of us could be gone in 5 minutes. We don't know. So you live your life to the best of your ability. You try to be a good person. You try to be effective. You try to influence people's lives. You try to make yourself happy. You try to do whatever
Mm-hmm.
spiritually you believe is right. But at the
Mm-hmm.
same
Mm-hmm.
time, you have to be true to what your passion is, and we all have different passions. And I think pretty much most everybody that's watching the show has the passion for what Edward gave us, and that means something to us. And it's difficult to lose something like that. I mean, we're never going to get a chance to see Eddie Van Halen play live again. um, I have hopes that I'm just going to throw it out. This is just a dream of mine, but it would be great with all the stuff we're talking about that's coming out. It would be great to see Wolfgang play guitar because we know he can, to play all Eddie's guitars, play all the striped guitars and all this stuff. Have Michael Anthony play bass, have Alex play drums, have Sammy sing, maybe have Dave come in. I'd go see that. I mean, that would be incredible. And the one thing I do want to say that really made, I don't want to say my heart go pitter pat, but the one thing that I really brought me a smile was to see that Sammy made amends for Eddie before all this went down.
Yeah, I read that too. I think
That
Howard Stern read a note that Sammy sent in, and for us, that's very special because we're huge. That was when I became a fan. My first Van Halen record was 5150.
yeah,
You know.
me too. I heard. Diver Down when I was 10 years old, came out, and then 1984 I was 11. That came out. I was a huge Van Halen fan back then. But when I was in high school, 5150, OU12, the Fuck album for Unlawful Carnal Knowledge, those were just like that was my high school those were my high school anthems.
Hmm.
Um,
Yeah, a lot. That was a lot of people. A
Right.
lot of.
Let me ask one question. Is it just me, or has Dave been silent through all of this? I have not heard anything from the Roth camp. Am I
I
missing
s-
something?
he they put out some tweets. They put out some tweets and probably Facebook and Instagram. He put out some posts.
Okay, because
He
I
put
have
out some
not heard
stuff.
anything from Dave, but I've heard from
Mhm.
Tammy and Mike. And okay, I just wanted to make
Mhm.
sure, 'cause I was kind of like, where's Dave? You know?
Mhm.
Okay.
This has been very very tough.
Absolutely,
You
absolutely.
know.
I mean, as a matter of fact, I mean, Dave kind of wasn't about a year ago, Johnny. Dave kind of gave us in an interview or something. He kind of said that Eddie wasn't well, or he doesn't see Van Halen coming back, or something like that. Or
He was on our friend's radio show. He was on Neanderthals show in Phoenix,
right.
and I think he said something like that. Um, and I mean, it's still just a shock. It's still.
It is. It's hard to
I mean,
believe.
It's unbelievable. It's because for us. I mean, Van Halen being such a huge part of our lives. Every day. Especially with like Facebook, and Instagram. Every day, our feeds are Van Halen every day anyway. You know,
Right.
but Tuesday was a whole nother. It was a whole nother thing.
It was
And
a yeah.
or this week I should say. It's still every other post I scroll through is Van Halen related.
It was a
Every
hard
Van
blow.
Halen,
It was a tough blow.
you know. Um, but no, we got to keep everybody watching this, everybody that can hear me. You got to keep rocking, keep listening to the music, um, keep playing your guitars. Like however Van Halen inspires you. You just got to keep doing it because that's it's what you do. You know?
How have you been doing, Johnny, with the whole thing? I mean, the last I don't know, 4 or 5 days since everything. I mean, has it kind of what is it? How has it affected uh, your normal routine, your normal work life, your everything that you do? I mean, how is it? How you been doing? I guess.
it's just I mean it's just still weird. There's like something missing, you
Yeah.
know? There's just something's I feel it. I feel it. And you know, it's I mean it still hasn't sunk in yet, you know? I mean, was it Wednesday or Thursday? A couple days later, because this is like the third show we've kind of done. I've got so many friends like Rob here that are such huge Van Halen fans, and we're still paying tribute. But it was a couple days ago where it's finally sinking in that Van Halen, as the Van Halen that we grew up on is over, and that's such a hard thing to even think about because there was always the hope and the chance. It's like, oh, and with Van Halen, when they, if there was an album or a tour, you never knew it.
Right.
They would spring it on you like out of nowhere, you know like out of nowhere, all of a sudden, oh, there's a record.
After 96, before 96,
you know
pretty much knew everything. And after 96, after the whole Dave fiasco, they just went into like total secrecy. Yeah.
it's like you never knew. And so the past few years, It's been like, oh, there's always the chance. There's the chance of Sammy coming back, or Michael Anthony coming back, or them just doing something, something, just something new, And now, now there won't. I mean, there won't be anything new, like new, But
Well,
at the same time, though, if Wolfgang and Alex, if they do find, new music that they want to put out, there will still be new things, but there won't be, like you said earlier, we'll never get to see Edward play live again.
so here's a little similarity that I kind of put together the other day, which was interesting. So those of you out there that are martial artists or who are like, Bruce Lee, I should say, fans, will kind of pick up on this. And this is something that as soon as Eddie passed and I heard about it, it was funny because it kind of just stuck in my head right away. And I didn't even have a chance to talk to Johnny about it because, like I said, this is pretty much the first time, other than yesterday, a couple of text messages back and forth since we've talked. So any of you Bruce Lee fans will know that Bruce Lee was probably, the greatest martial artist that ever lived. You know, if you watch any of his old movies or have any history on martial arts or Bruce Lee, you'll know. I mean, everybody knows who Bruce Lee is, but Bruce Lee passed away in 1973, the year that I was born. And I think he was 34 years old, 32, 33, 34. I want to say 34. So Bruce Lee made a number of movies. Most of them were Chinese movies, but were released in the U.S. as well. But the last movie that he made when he was alive was Enter the Dragon. And that was made in 1973, and he passed very soon after that. After the movie Enter the Dragon was made, in between that time and when Bruce Lee died, he did a whole bunch of footage. And the footage that he filmed was with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar
Mm-hmm.
and Dan Inosanto. These names don't mean really much to anybody. Well, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar would mean something to somebody. It was because Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and James Coburn were actually two of Bruce Lee's personal students. And he filmed all this these fighting sequences, choreographed everything, and had all this footage filmed in an effort to make a movie. And the movie was never made. He passed in 1973. And in 1979, I can't remember, I'd have to look at my information, but a director got together and they put together a movie, and the movie is called Game of Death. And it was Bruce Lee's last movie, and it was a famous movie. And they brought in a guy to be Bruce Lee in some of the acting parts, but all of the fighting sequences had already been pre-filmed by Bruce Lee, much like Eddie Van Halen's tapes that had been, left over all these years from back in the 70s, 80s, whatever, like Right Now, came out back in 83 and came out in 91. And this company made this movie called Game of Death. And
Mm-hmm.
they took all of the fighting sequences and put it together, and they filmed this movie. And it was a major USA hit. And it's basically Bruce Lee's last movie. But it was
Mm-hmm.
released 7 years after he passed, based off of the fighting sequences he'd put together in 73 after Enter the Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a great movie. And if any of you guys want to see what I'm talking about, watch the movie Game of Death. And when you ever see any of the fighting sequences in the castle at the end, when he goes up and he fights this martial arts master, beats him, goes up to the next level, fights this martial arts master, beats him, goes up. And I think the final one was Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. As soon as Eddie passed, I thought of that movie Game of Death. I'm like, wow, what are the possibilities here? Oh my goodness, we can take Eddie's what he said he's had enough for 10 effing records, is what he said all these years. We could take whatever we want out of this, put it together, have Alex play drums, have Wolfgang, play guitar in between to fit in the mix, whatever, have Dave or Sandy sing, whatever, and you could make a movie. You could make a whole nother probably 10 albums based off of what Eddie has. And I'm not saying they're going to do that, but what I'm saying is the possibilities are there. And if someone has a little bit of creativity, the Van Halen camp is anything but dead. It's very much alive. And the possibilities are endless. And that's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's possible with technology these days, But I guarantee you,
1979 the game of death.
I guarantee you there's tons of pretty much finished songs that just were never put out, never released for one reason or another. But I see what you're saying, though. I see what you're saying.
Look at Mitch Malloy's. It's the right time. I mean, I just was listening to that yesterday. It's the right time. I mean, that thing that's almost finished. I mean, it's lacking guitar solo, but I mean, that song is incredible. I mean, I wish that had been released. I mean, that's incredible. And just look at that, and then look at the other possibilities that are still out there that haven't even been explored yet. It's endless. Endless.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff. We're gonna see a lot of stuff. It's So it's exciting to see all this new stuff that we haven't seen, but like I said, it just sucks because we'll never get to see him live, ever again, or
right. Vader October 6th, the day music died. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Raider, but at the same time, another dynamic is going to come alive out of it. Is it better than the first? No, it's not. It's not even close. But like I said before, I believe personally that whenever a door closes, another one opens. And I think Edward is up there watching us, and I think he's going to be proud at what's going to happen. I really do. And I'm trying to look at life moving forward as the glass is half empty, not half full. And that's the only thing I think we as fans can do. We have to look at it in a positive way, not a negative way, because that's what keeps us moving forward. As Eddie said, blaze on. Blaze on. He said that in the 86,
the rockumentary.
Yeah, rockumentary. Blaze on.
Yeah, we're nerds. we know a lot of.
But blaze on.
We know a lot of stuff. Yeah. Let me see. Well, hey, yeah, thank you everybody that's watching this. We got 380 combined watching.
We have not even paid attention to any of the comments in the chat, and I'm sorry, guys. Johnny and I just kind of going back and forth.
No, I see them. I see them. I see Marcy Douglas. Good to see you, Marcy, on Facebook.
Well, this is the first live show that I've done since Eddie's been gone, and I'm personally kind of pouring my guts out. I mean, Johnny's done a few shows since then, but I'm kind of pouring my guts out, and I personally apologize. I haven't really been paying too much attention to the comments, and maybe we should slow down and maybe I should slow down and do that now. But this is just kind of I just wanted to take a minute, and I reached out to Johnny. I'm like, hey, Johnny wanted me to go on live with a show a few nights ago, and I couldn't because I was working, but I really wanted to take a minute and do that because this is very important to me. It's tough. It's hard. Hey, Kevin, what's going on?
Yeah. Hey, Kevin.
Hey, where's Ned?
Yeah. Ned is right there. Ned the cat. I had a scare with Ned a few nights ago, man. He left one night. He didn't come back like the whole next day till like midnight. I thought he was gone.
Oh,
Am I blurry?
no, you're good to me.
Am I blurry? I can't tell.
See,
Yeah,
our
I thought I lost him, man. I thought I lost him. I was a wreck. I
yeah,
was
I
a
know.
wreck all day long.
We live in an area here where I am. My mom and dad just got a new little kitten, Brody, and they're not letting him out because the fisher cats and the coyotes will they take the cats like that. So my mom and dad chose to keep this cat inside, which I think is kind of a sin in a sense because the cat never really gets a chance to.
You have to let the cat out. You
You
can't
kind
keep
of let the
you
cat
can't
out.
you can't keep the cat inside, especially if they're wild. Like Ned, there you can see him right there. He was a wild feral
Yeah,
cat when we got him,
right.
and so that's what he like. Look at him; he's looking out the window right now. I mean, that's yeah, he's great. He's
He's a
amazing.
great cat. Yeah.
Um, and Guitar for a Cure. Hey, good to see you, man. Another huge Van Halen fan. And yeah, you're gonna jump in on another show, dude. Um,
What was it? Just asked me about the dragon snake.
ugh.
Uh,
Kurt. Yeah, it was funny seeing my face when Ned showed up. Yeah, that was a funny night, man. Although it's since been deleted, so it's gone. But yeah, that was craziness.
Professional idiot says Rob is the dragon snake done.
You, you can
No,
talk about that. I gotta run outside real quick. I gotta
yeah,
close the chicken coop. So
right
I'm gonna
on.
highlight you here.
Okay,
And keep going, man. Keep going. You got 350 people,
well,
350 people watching you. You got to entertain.
okay, I'll entertain, but hurry up because I gotta go pee because I've been drinking
Okay.
like noon.
All right. I'll be right back. Oh
Like
gosh.
almost 10:30. You can thank the my. You can never mind. I'm gonna blame the lady that I was out with a few hours ago. It's her fault. She's the reason that I'm a little bit half in the wrapper right now. But that's the only. No, I'm kidding. I'm not kidding, but I'm kidding. But I'm not kidding. But I'm kidding. The dragon snake is not quite done yet. So the picture you saw on Instagram, the only photoshopped piece was the dragon snake, and that was the only thing that was photoshopped. But it should be coming soon, hopefully before Christmas. Everything else is totally legit. The neck of the dragon snake is real, but if you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see that. Yeah, he has a Rasta. What the fuck? Yeah, I do have a Rasta. There's really not much that I don't have guitar wise as far as Van Halen's concerned. So it's been 25 years, dude, of collecting and building and painting and playing and selling and buying all this shit. So there's really not much I don't have. And this is probably the most accurate replica of the Frankenstrat I've ever seen. And this is blows away anything that has been produced. Um, and Nick Amendola, the kid, is the builder of this. I used to paint this stuff myself, but I can't even come close. And I've seen the real one up close because I went to the Met a couple of years ago and saw it. And so did the guy that built this. So this is about as good as you can get. And it plays great. What do we got for questions here?
Okay, I'm back.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Oh, that was quick.
If you got to use the room.
Yeah, Rob, what's up, dude? Like, you like my tribute picture of Eddie Van Halen? Clayton, hey, yeah, I do. Clayton J. Hicks, what's going on, man?
Clayton James Hicks. He's a huge Van Halen dude.
Yeah, Clayton's a great guy. Clayton, I do like your
Where is he?
Eddie. Awesome. And I hope you're doing okay, buddy. Hope you're doing okay.
Yes. There, Clayton James Hicks, 1998 Hicks. He's a long time viewer of these programs.
Yeah, he's awesome.
And yes.
DM says, anyone heard about Dweezil's reaction? No, honestly, a lot. I mean, this is my opinion, DM, but a lot of these famous guys like Dweezil and all that, you're probably not going to hear a lot from them until they're ready to come out. I can guarantee you they're all mourning and they're probably very close to the Van Halen camp. But you're probably not going to hear a lot from them because respect to the family and all that stuff. But you know, make no mistake, they all are very aware of what's going on, and they're probably dealing with their own stuff in their own way, but like we are. But I'm sure you hear from them soon. Oh, Alan Garbage, Alan Garber says, yeah, we will post a tribute. I didn't see that yet, but I'm going to check it out, Al. That's not the original roster, right? I think Dweezil Frampton owns the. Who's Dweezil Frampton? You mean Peter Frampton or Dweezil Zappa? We got two people mixed up here. No, Dweezil Zappa owns the original. I'm not laughing at you, Tim. Not laughing.
Dweezil Zappa owns the Rasta guitar. See, now we're gonna get real nerdy. Dweezil Zappa owns the Rasta, which used to be called the Circles.
Yeah.
If you guys know the Oakland Unchained video from '81, that guitar that Eddie's playing, that became the Rasta, which looks like that.
This one.
Yeah, and Dweezil Zappa owns the actual one.
And I'm gonna go pee. I'll be right back.
Okay, and hurry back because I got to go after you.
Okay.
Wow. Let me say again, anybody that's brand new watching, we've been getting a lot of new viewers lately, and we appreciate all of you watching the stuff. And what can we say? We're just we love Van Halen, love EVH gear. And I have a feeling, even though the NAMM show is not happening this year, I have a feeling we'll probably see something new from EVH. Not that I know anything, because I don't, but I just have a good feeling that we'll see something new from them. Let's see. Where is Lenny, Lou, and Mary? I don't know. Marcy Douglas says, great amps. Yes. Yes, they are. I wish I had one. Jay Jackson, love the shirt. Thank you, man. One of these was a gift from, I want to say, from our friend Steve Anderson, maybe another huge Van Halen fan. One of them I got at the NAMM show. It was like in like a swag bag from EVH. I don't think it was this one though. No, the one that I got from EVH at NAMM, the EVH is like all like it looks like all like weathered. This one looks more. This is like, this might have been from Van Halen store, actually. A Wolfgang bass from EVH. That's your wish, Bo. Oh, whoops. Michael Smith, there you are, dude. Michael Smith, another another regular here on the channel. And yeah, those of you that are brand new to this, yeah, we do. We have 3 scheduled shows every week. This is like a random show that you're watching right now. We're live on Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays. Johnny Beane, does Marshall make the 5150 custom amp? I don't think so. Right, Rob?
Right. Johnny, who's Dweezil Frampton?
Dweezil Frampton? I'm sure there's somebody out there named Dweezil Frampton.
Probably.
There's got to be. There's billions of people everywhere.
Hold on, somebody just sent me a text message.
Wow, we got 112 thumbs ups. 113? Wow, it literally just, as soon as I read that, it changed. Thank you. I mean, thank you everybody for watching. And I mean, If you love Van Halen, this is the place you want to be. I mean, obviously. I mean, look at him.
I don't like that. Wait, who's Van Halen?
I mean, look at that.
Cheers.
Cheers, man. I'm drinking black tea.
I'm drinking water. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Ethan C., welcome. Do you guys think the way we are all reacting to EVH's passing is like people's reaction to Hendrix? Because I feel like it's bigger. Ethan says, yes. Yes. Edward Van Halen, this last week has been huge, not just in the music rock community, but just worldwide, because Edward Van Halen was one of the, I mean, we all know he was the greatest guitar player that there's ever been. And I think people outside of the Van Halen world, outside our world, will discover that, you know? Actually, I think they're like selling like how many records did they sell this week?
Oh my gosh, I can't even imagine.
Like Michael Smith or John Beale. Where's John Beale? Or Janis. Somebody knows. There's a stat of how many records were sold this week, and it was just insane. But no, Van Halen is much bigger now. Records are up, I say that their sales were up 7,000%, 6,000, 7,000, 6,700. They're up a lot. 7,000.
Oh, it's going to continue to explode, but
it's going to continue. It's going to continue to go up and up and up. And wait, what was that? Did you? I think I just felt an earthquake.
We got to pay attention to the chat a little bit here. Let me see what's going on. Nightbot, please leave Johnny Beane a quick short review.
Yeah, make sure to read that one.
Yeah. Nightbot, what's up? Rob Johnson, come out with me and be my wingman. You're swimming in ladies.
Wait a minute.
Bent Tom, I've been kind of I've been in a dry spell for the last couple days. So
wait a minute. What? You said somebody's watching this. Hang on.
Yeah, I know. No, I've been in a dry spell for the last 5 years. No, no. Thank you, Bent Tom. I've been kind of focusing on my career and everything else lately. Why does everybody think I'm a player? It's so funny. Everybody thinks I'm like you're
a guitar player.
I'm not swimming. I'm paddling.
I'm glad you said paddle.
Paddle. Ness says, "Hey Dave, my buddy, more Eddie Van Halen, less girlfriend, Rob." Dave, how are you doing, my friend? Dave Nesdahl and I were chatting on the phone today. Dave, my very good friend. Yeah, I don't have a girlfriend yet, so I'm taste testing. I'm doing the,
All right. Okay.
The poo-poo platter.
Oh my God. All right. Where are we? What time is it?
I'm kidding.
Okay. All right.
I'm kidding. It's my sense of humor.
Oh my goodness.
Anyways, hey Dave, how you doing, buddy?
I'm getting flashbacks from 4 years ago.
Clayton James,
wow.
Rob, what's up, dude? I do like your tribute picture. Yeah.
Hey, Keith Campbell on Facebook. Welcome. Yeah, let's just say hi to everybody that's in the chat right now. We got 374 watching. We got Keith Campbell here. We got Alan Garber. He's a Stand Back Girls. Rob is all yours. Okay, you can have him. Michael Smith.
Hey, I'm a wanted commodity.
Oh my goodness. Fruitcake Tony, who's got a great show called "Show Me Your Pick," as in guitar pick.
Wait,
No. Okay, I have a feeling we're gonna wrap it up soon. Fruitcake Tony has a great show. He had a great show on Saturday afternoon with Stephen Rosen.
Yeah,
You know, who wrote all the amazing interviews back in the late '70s, throughout the '80s,
those are incredible.
with Edward. And Stephen is releasing cassette. He's releasing the actual tapes of those interviews on his YouTube channel.
Oh, that's awesome.
So, so that's very cool, very cool. So maybe I'll get Stephen Rosen on here eventually. Actually, this Friday, my good friend Michael Gutierrez will be here,
Oh, that's
and
awesome, Johnny. Yeah.
if unless you're a hell of a nerd, Michael Gutierrez was the kid in 1985 that won a striped Kramer from Edward at the NAMM show.
Yeah.
And anyway, Michael's going to be here. He's going to show us the guitar. We're going to talk about it. So that'll be this Friday. I still have to make a thumbnail.
What's interesting about that particular guitar, and certainly Michael and Johnny would know. Johnny knows more about this than I do.
I'll show you a quick picture. Yeah, because I played it.
He, this particular guitar, I can't even imagine how many offers Michael has gotten over the years to sell that guitar. And what I really find incredible about that is he has hung on to that guitar all these years. That is a classic right there.
Come on, there we go.
That was one of Edward Van Halen's personally owned and striped guitars. I'm thinking, Johnny, that was
from 1980, from 1984.
84. So that was okay. So Paul Unkert left Kramer in 1982. So that's probably a George Felice guitar. Probably.
We think it's a Rudy guitar.
Well, I mean, yeah, very well.
I think Rudy built it. I think Rudy made it. And for those of you that have no idea what we're talking about, tune in this Friday for all the stories. And I'll show you another quick picture. I still have to make the thumbnail for the video. Here we go. Here's Michael with Edward from 1985. There they are. There we go. Yeah. So yeah. Yes. Okay, where are we?
Actually, David Allen. Go ahead, Johnny. I gotta.
No, I'm just saying we should probably wrap it up.
Let me just do one thing before we wrap it up. David Allen Wright, our good friend David Allen Wright, just sent me a message, and he wanted me to do one thing, and I'm going to do it out of the spirit of Edward. He wanted me to show this particular guitar. He said, "Would you show the green guitar with a sustainer?" So we Johnny and I went live.
Oh, Rob, Dweezil Frampton is here. Look, there's somebody named Dweezil Frampton actually is watching this. Welcome.
Wow!
Welcome.
I thought that was. That's interesting.
Welcome.
Okay, so this particular guitar, this is a P.V. Wolfgang USA special. And it's incredibly rare because there was very, very few. I don't have the number of these guitars that were made. It's a flat top guitar.
Good night, Marcy.
Huh?
Good night, Marcy.
Good night, Marcy.
She's on Facebook. You probably can't see her.
Okay. So I've owned a couple of these guitars, and this is the second one that I've owned. And I sold my last one back in 2015, and I regretted it. And this one was actually belonged to Dave Nesdall. And my good friend Dave and I did a trade back a year or two ago for this guitar. And I ended up with it, which I'm glad because this is one that I regretted when I sold it. So this was, this is a replica of the guitar that Edward played back in the 2004 tour. and he actually smashed. He actually used it like, he was smashing it in the last show in the Tucson, Arizona show. And the guitar actually was, believe it or not, was salvaged by Matt Bruck, and the sustainer was taken out, and the Wolfgang pickup was put back in it, and was auctioned off, and I don't know who owns it now. But this is an exact replica, not even a replica, but a replica of that particular model of the real one. So it's I don't know what the year is, but it's a PV Wolfgang USA special flame top emerald green Wolfgang guitar. And as you can see, it's the real deal. I have the eye bolts and everything in there with the set screws and all that stuff. And I even put in the big long eye bolt rod that Eddie used for the cable and everything. Has the correct route in the back for the sustainer, for the battery compartment here. And it has a single coil Fernandez sustainer pickup in it, like Edwards did. And it's got the 2 switches, and yeah, it's a great guitar. So this is pretty much exactly what Edward had. And it's got the 5150 stickers on it. And a lot of people don't realize this, but Edwards, and this is for David Allen Wright, because I actually coached him on this. This particular guitar had an original Floyd Rose bridge. It did not have a Peavey. Edwards switched it out for an original Floyd Rose. So I told David Allen Wright that, and he actually did the same thing to his. So a lot of people don't realize that. This one has a big brass block in the back. I'm not sure if Edwards did, but that's just one thing that I think Dave did. But I kind of kept it because it sounds good. But yeah, this is the one. This is the smashed Tucson 2004 Arizona guitar, which is in private hands now.
It's a nice guitar.
Yeah, it's a cool guitar, and it plays great. If you follow my Instagram page, you'll see a video of me playing this guitar and kind of messing around with the sustainer a little bit. It's a lot of fun. It's great. It just sustains for days. Really cool.
What is your Instagram?
Rob CJ 5150. For those of you that want to follow me on Instagram.
Here, let me find you, Rob. There you are. Here, I'll put it in the chat. Okay. There we go. All right, there he is. Follow Rob if you'd like to see more of his guitars. Cool. Okay. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up.
Wrap it up,
Rob. It's great to see you as always. I know it's been a tough week, and I hope how can I even say it? Just keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep making your guitars, keep playing, and yeah. Bent Tom, thank you so much. David Birch, are you the dude that didn't I go to school with you? See, people are coming out of nowhere.
Wait, where? Like Jay said, Jay Hannon 708 says, "Oh, I was getting messages from people from high school, like, hey, I'm sorry to hear about Eddie." You're like, who's that?
Yeah. Hey, Tessie. Tessie Switch. Good to see you, man. Huh?
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, we're about to split. But make sure to leave a thumbs up. We're up to 141 thumbs. We appreciate those.
Well, I would just like to say that first off, I want to give Johnny a lot of thanks. Johnny and I have been good friends since, like I said, 1998, back from the old Van Halen trading days. And I mean, 20-something years later, from doing the shows to Johnny and Dave and Jay and everybody else that's been part of this. I just want to give Johnny Beane a lot of thanks for allowing me to be part of it, and I hope I can continue to be part of it moving forward. Um,
Of
because
course.
this is a passion of mine. This is a passion that we all have, and Johnny and everybody else around us. We've been good friends all these years, and um, when something happens like um, Edward passing, we all kind of go into our own little sanctuary, so to speak. But at the same time, we also kind of come together as one unit, and I really believe that this is going to continue to happen. We're all going to continue to do the shows and collect the guitars and play and do everything we can to keep the spirit alive. And I think that's what it's all about. I think Edward is upstairs, and I think he's looking down on us, and I think he's looking down on his family, number one, but I think he's looking down on the passion that he had. And I think it's up to us to keep that spirit alive. And I think if we do that, we're not only satisfying ourselves, but we're continuing that we're continuing that road for the young players who are in their 20s and are coming up and teens, whatever. But at the same time, we're continuing something like Jimi Hendrix. I mean, the Hendrix fans are still out there. And now that Edward has passed on and he's in another dimension, so to speak, let's continue to do it. Let's have fun. Let's not look at this as an ending of something. It's an ending of a life, but it's also the beginning of a chapter, a new chapter where we can continue to keep that spirit alive. Let's all come together. Let's be friends. Let's continue to, prosper and have a good time. It's all about fun. It's about enjoying ourselves. Let's do that. And let's keep Edward Van Halen and the whole Van Halen camp thing alive in our own way. And like I said, I want to give thanks to Johnny and everybody else that does all these shows. I'm honored and blessed to be part of them when I can. And I want to thank everyone who's watching the show tonight. I wish I could have jumped on a few nights ago when all this happened, but I was kind of working and, at my job, and I didn't really have a chance to. But I want to thank Johnny for allowing me to come on now. And I love all you guys. And thank you for watching us. And let's continue to do what we're doing. Let's keep it going. It's not over yet. Let's have some more fun. And the last thing I'm going to say is hang in there, because as Edward would always say, this is only the tip of the iceberg. Wait till we get to the glacier, or however we said it, because there's some really freaking cool shit coming out. Hang on to your seatbelts. Remember that, Johnny, back in 1978?
Yeah, when they did the in Japan, when they played "You Really Got Me" on Yep.
There's some really cool stuff coming.
Yep.
Have some faith in Alex and Wolfgang and Janie and Valerie and everybody in that camp. Wolfgang is going to continue to keep his dad's spirit alive. Don't you guys worry. And his dad's going to be upstairs looking down at his son and all of us with a big freaking smile on his face. And hang in there, guys. It's not over yet. It's a sad time, but at the same time, it's going to be a good time. Let's have some fun with this. Let's keep the spirit alive. Cheers.
Yes. Cheers, man. Cheers. All right. Thank you, Rob. Thank you for being here tonight.
Thank you, Johnny, for inviting me tonight. I know we're kind of going back and forth with the time frame, but
yeah, all day, all day long, all day long. But yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Thank you, Johnny.
Let's see. I'll be live on Tuesday with Talking Guitars and 80s Metal Live with John Mancuda and Neanderthal. Tune in for that. And then, like I said, Friday. Oh, Jay, did you even know this? Friday, we have Michael Gutierrez. My good friend. He owns one of Eddie's actual 1984 striped guitars, and he'll tell us the whole. That dude has so many stories. He spent a lot of time with Edward back in the 80s and 90s. A lot of time. Um, so be here. Be here Friday. Thank you so much, everybody, for watching this. Leave a thumbs up. Subscribe if you love Van Halen. That's like the number one thing we do here, and we'll continue to do that. So, all right. Good night, everyone. Rob Johnson, Johnny Beane. Bye.
Bye, guys.